Well, this is it. This coming Sunday will be my last Sunday in the benefice before I go on my sabbatical, which starts on Monday. And so today, I kind of feel as my last thought for the day, in a sense, before I go on sabbatical, I'm wanting to say goodbye. It feels a bit reminiscent of my saying goodbye to my parents that day when they first dropped me off at university many, many years ago. Or similarly, but the other way round, when I first said goodbye to either of my children when we dropped them when they were going off to university for the first time or on their gap year adventures. It's interesting that, isn't it, that's what it reminds me of, because both of those occasions involved saying goodbye to people I loved deeply. And actually, I love all of you, the members of our churches in the benefice, deeply. And so it does feel a little bit like saying goodbye to my family as I disappear off for 3 and a bit months. I shall miss you. Those of you who live in Desborough, I'm sure I'll see some of you, as it's impossible to walk through Desborough without bumping into somebody from St Giles. But for the rest of you, I may not see you for the next 3 and a bit months. And I will miss you. I want you to be assured of my prayers whilst I'm gone. I'm not going to forget about you. And if you didn't know I was going, do go back to my thought for the day that came out on the 11th of June. But I'd ask you, as well as me praying for you, to also pray for me as I intentionally attempt to use this time listening to God and refocusing on Him. Please pray too for the ministry team. I'm so grateful to them and to our stewards and wardens for their willingness and even encouragement to release me for this time. They will be taking the lead, if you like, in my absence, and I'm so grateful to them, and I know they will do a fantastic job. They're an amazing team. But be kind to them too. And following on from my thought for the day on team last week, please do continue to support them by playing your part as they lead the ministry of the churches here. You all have a part to play. For those of you who like to know these things, Sophie, our curate, will be taking the lead in terms of directly standing in for me. But as a team, we've delegated out the various areas of responsibility. It won't all fall on Sophie, and please don't expect her to do it all. The team between them will continue to work as they have previously, sharing in the tasks of ministry together. But above all, let's remember that it's God who ultimately empowers us for service. Before he ascended to heaven, Jesus encouraged his disciples to wait for the power of the Holy Spirit because he knew that they couldn't do his ministry without that power. Nor, in fact, can I. Nor can Sophie, nor can the ministry team, the stewards, or the wardens, and nor can you. We all need to be empowered by the Holy Spirit. And so as I say goodbye, just for a short while, I pray of nothing else that you would all be empowered afresh by God's Spirit. I look forward to hearing stories of how God's been working amongst you when I return, and I know he will be doing some great things. But in amongst all of that, I want to encourage you to remember too what I've been saying recently about the need for us all to pause. As I go away and I pause, I encourage all of you also to make the most of the time over these next few months when we've agreed to pause what we're doing as churches, just to spend that time focusing on God. Whilst you won't literally be coming on sabbatical with me, I encourage you to pause a while with me, to resist doing too much as churches too soon. Just as I take this time to make room for the new, I encourage each of you, both as individuals and as churches, to do the same, to stop, to pause, to make room for the new. God has it. If we don't start doing lots of new things right now, That's not going to be the end of the world. In fact, it's probably going to mean that when we do start embracing the new, we are ready to really go for it well, because we've made the space for it and we've given the time to hear what God is saying. So as I go, thank you for being a wonderful group of people. Thank you for being my family, who I will miss. And God bless you over these next 3 months as you continue to be church together. Whilst not with you in person, I will be in spirit as I think and pray for you all. Much love to each one of you.